Well, welcome to Merseyside, and an historic boxing venue. They've been staging fights here for almost 100 years, and it's reputed that Jack Johnson, the legendary first black heavyweight champion of the world, fought here in the early years of the last century. We were due here tonight to see Audley Harrison's second professional appearance, but as you may well know, a couple of cracked ribs have put that on hold. He may not be actually in the ring, but he's out of the ring with us here. So the first question obviously has to be, what's the sort of state of your health at the moment?
Well, I'm in the process of healing. People, as you've rightly said, I injured my ribs a couple of weeks ago. It showed up as a fracture. It just weren't worth taking a risk. So, all being well, 3-4 weeks, be fully healed, and I expect to be back in the ring in September. And
it's being said that you're hoping to squeeze in 3 fights before Christmas. Is that the plan?
Yeah, definitely, that's the plan. Definitely want to, September, the boxing season really starts up again. August is quite a quiet month, and I really do want to pack in 3 fights before Christmas, really to get my career on the road.
OK, well, we'll talk more a bit later on. Topping the bill here tonight is Reid from Runcorn. He was actually a bronze medalist at Barcelona in the Olympic Games there, and he held the W.B.C super middleweight crown in the late 1990s. Tonight, he's looking to defend his W.B.F super middleweight title.
Super middleweight champion of the world from Liverpool, the Grim Reaper, Reid.
You're never gonna be punks about to get beat down. You're never gonna be punks about to get beat down. You're never gonna be punks about to get beat down.
Well, Reid's opponent tonight is a South African steelworker called Soon Botez, whose brother once upon a time actually fought Steve Collins. Well, here's how the two match up tonight. Reid's last fight was on the undercard of Audley's professional debut, and he won that in 3. As you can see, just 3 defeats in a long and distinguished career. As for his opponent, he's a real case of have gloves will travel. His last 3 fights have been in South Africa, Lesotho and Kenya. Commentary comes from Richie Woodall and Jim Neely.
Seconds out, round 1.
This is Robin Reid's 10th world title fight, his second defence of his W.B.F title, having been the W.B.C champion, as indeed was the man sitting beside me at ringside, Richie Woodall. And Robin Reid, like yourself, very much in the frame in terms of the top 10 in the world.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, he's looking in good shape tonight. But Robin has always kept himself in good condition. He's a good athlete, and he'll want to get into this fight straight away and get to this guy.
Well, Robin Reid's opponent, the man in the red trunks, is Soon Bazooka Botez from South Africa, the 28-year-old. This is his 3rd attempt to win a version of the World Super Middleweight crown. He's been in with some pretty useful men. He's lost to the Dane Mads Larsson for the IBO title. He lost the South African title to one Sugar Boy Malinga, who's no mean performer. And he's also lost to Dingaan Tobela. Well, straight away referee John Keane just having a little word with Soon Bazooka Botez. John Keane is actually one of, not just the referee, but he's also judging this contest. Other judges at ringside are Dave Paris and Mickey Van. Robin Reid in very, very good condition, takes terrific pride in his shape. 11-13, just a pound lighter than he was when he won last time out against Roman Babayev of Russia.
Well, that a bit of a head clash there. Well, the use of the Botez's head was just above us, and Reid didn't like it. He refused to shake hands, and it's fired him up a little bit, which is probably what he needed.
Good slicing right hand by the defending champion Robin Reid. In the overall world rankings at the moment is rated probably number 10 or 11 in the world, and just ahead of him is Richie Woodall. Botez, taller, enjoying an advantage of perhaps just about an inch or 2 in reach, but Reid very strong, lovely variation from head to body, and again that left hand of Reid getting into the ribs.
Yes, that hurt Botes without a shadow of a doubt. That was a cracking left hook to the body, and this is turning into Reid's fight. He's got to keep him nice and short to get those power hooks. He's got to deliver those power hooks and get to Botes, and that's what he's doing.
Well, the Botes camp really felt that their man could do something here, but at the moment it's all Robin Reid. There's a rather nasty swelling underneath the left eye of the South African challenger as we come up to the end of a first round which has been dominated by Reid, who's boxing well within himself, defending very nicely, avoiding that right hand of the South African, who's won 11 of his 21 professional victories inside the distance. That was a slip.
Well, Jim, I mean, the Botes camp, they may have fancied the job, but they're fighting to Reid's strengths here, because Reid is much more to deliver those shorter punches. That's his game. That's what he wants to do, and Botes is just allowing him to do it.
Reid, like the man beside me, Richie Woodall, a former Olympic bronze medalist, succeeded Richie Woodall as the light middleweight Olympic bronze medalist, and a baleful look from the man who has changed his nickname from the Grim Reaper to the Reaper Man. And so far, the Reaper Man has foiled the bazooka in no uncertain fashion in this first round. And there is Sun Botes, 28 years old now. He's a steel worker, youngest of 7 children. He's got 5 sisters and a boxing brother, Gerhard. But Reid put in some great work to the body in that first round.
Yeah, we've seen it, Jim, a couple of good left hooks to the body there. Again, look, just coming around with a left hook. That was a good punch as well, but I'd definitely give that round to Reid.
Lovely variation.
Yeah, switching from the head to the body, that was good work.
Well, looking nice and calm and composed and unruffled. Robin Reid still looking to get back to win one of the more senior versions of the super middleweight world title.
Round 2.
An excellent opening 3 minutes by the defending W.B.F super middleweight champion in the black, Robin Reid. Nice variation, and he's taking his time. There's no point in rushing at this stage. He's got 12 rounds. Botes is coming back a little bit. He's quite a good left hand and a sharp little right to follow.
Yeah, I mean, straight away, Jim, and there I seen at the start of this round, Botes is coming out, and although he's scoring with a few jabs, he's leaving his chin wide open, and he's dropping that left hand, and I can see Robin Reid knocking this guy out with the right hand over the top.
Quite fast hands of the South African. He brings the right over pretty quickly, and Reid's got to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a bit more probably variety in his movement. If one thing, Robin is a bit static at times, but he's got tremendous power, and he's great with that right hand counter, and I believe he'll catch this fight.
Well, it's been coming up to 5 years since Robin Reid won the W.B.C title. Went to Milan and beat Vincenzo Nardiello, and that's a pretty daunting prospect. They used to say that to win in Italy, you had to knock the man out, and that was just to get a draw. The referee breaks them up. Reid once again boxing nice and steadily, showing his man the right hand. Good right hand. Botes got the hands up. But when you get hit in the gloves and the gloves make contact with the face, it's still a hard thing to try to absorb it.
That's right. It definitely that rocked Botes, that did, because when then take it from me, when they start clowning like that, when they've been caught, that was a good shot from Reid.
Oh, solid right hand, and that really did land. No mistake about that. Reid shortened the right hand again and clipped him in the jaws. He got inside. Well, this fellow Botes has been stopped 3 times, and Reid is hoping to become opponent number 4 to stop him. Reid still boxing well within himself.
Reid boxing very well, and Botes keeps dropping that left hand. Reid is going to come over in a minute with a good right hand over the top. Botes is wide open, the chin's up in the air as well.
Well, Botes was meant to box Robin Reid last time out in May on the Oldie Harrison debut bill, but he pulled out with a rib problem, and Reid overpowered the Russian Roman Babayev in his first defence. Reid nearly got himself caught with a left hand. He's got to keep that right of his up. He's got to be very careful. Botes trying a little bit of climbing, that crouching style. John Keane won't let him away with it. There's that left hand once again from the challenger, and Reid has to be careful. He has to be careful. That was a good shot. As I said before, there is a little bit more variety in Botes' movement, which is good, but he's not using it to the full effect. Botes complaining that Reid caught him round the back of the head. Reid has a glance at the referee. 20 seconds to go to the end of the second. Another good round for Reid. All the significant punches have been landed by him. Botes has got his mouth open. Good variation by the South African. Tried that uppercut.
Yeah, that was good. He's just experimenting with a few things. But with the chin up in the air, he wants to watch what he's doing.
Oh, Reid's got him with the right hand to the ribs. Great finish to the round by the champion. And Reid goes in with a head. Reid goes in with a head. Botez, I think, maybe complaining that he might have been bitten, or maybe it was just a head. I think it was the head.
Yeah, that was a bit naughty from Robin. He doesn't want to be drawn into a battle like this. He's got the beat in this guy, there's no doubt about that. He doesn't want to use any dirty tactics at all.
Well, Reid looking composed, but it'll be very interesting to see how that run ended. Reid really dug in, got him into the body. Oh, that was definitely a headbutt by Reid. No doubt about that. That was deliberate and unnecessary. And Reid very, very lucky not to get a serious telling off. There was a little rub of the heads, and then Reid lunged forward.
Jim, I think if this fight would have been in South Africa, there would have definitely been a point deducted there.
Well, Reid breathing after two particularly frantic rounds relatively easily. Yeah, John Keane said, stop messing about the pair of you. Let's keep it clean, let's keep it orthodox, and let's get on with the boxing. Botez coming forward. Former South African champion lost that title to Lane Malinga, the man that relieved Robin Reid of his world title.
See, Jim, Botez has got to keep this fight long, but he's not doing that. See, Robin, he's cutting down the... Botez is coming inside. That's great work from Reid. Two good right hands, a left and then a right hand.
It was the left, the first left that started the whole thing, and Botez under a little bit of pressure. He is breathing quite heavily. Reid's solid body shots have taken their toll on the South African, and Reid covering up well as he must.
See, that's good work from Robin. He's just keeping the hands high.
Once again trying to get round underneath the left elbow of the challenger. Good right hand from Botez. Keeps Reid on his toes and keeps him wary and keeps him ever mindful.
Excellent body shot that from Robin Reid. Lovely left hook to the body. This is going Robin Reid's way. As long as this fight stays short like this, short to mid-range, Robin Reid is more effective.
He is so powerful, Reid. He's got the upper body physique of a light heavyweight almost. Botez bouncing and trying to move away. He's going to try to pick Reid off, because when he gets in close, Reid's defence seems so far to be pretty good. And the defending champion, who's brought a big support with him here from Runcorn, looking impressive. Another good left hand to the body and a right to the chin, and that's caught Botez in Reid's corner. Over a minute to go in this third round, and Botez is under a little bit of pressure, and Reid looks very menacing.
That was a terrific right hand. That's the one I spoke of earlier. Look at Botez's his chin in the air, and a low left hand. I mean, it's a perfect ingredient to be knocked out by a big right hand.
Left hook from Reid, caught him again. Botez slips.
The South Africans should be... They know about Robin Reid. If you remember when he was W.B.C champ, he boxed Pretorius, the South African. And Botez is complaining to the referee, and that's a bad sign. When a fighter complains, that's a bad sign.
Well, Pretorius was the first man that Reid defended in the defence of his W.B.C title. He did that in 1997. Then it was Henry Wharton, and then Hassan Sharifi from France. That title is long gone, but his W.B.F crown is on the line, and Reid so far is making a very decent job of defending it. Good right hand once again gets past the defence of the South African.
You see, the problem with Botez, he's standing straight in front of Robin Reid, and that is something you don't do. You've got to hit and move against Reid. If you stand there, this guy's going to punch a hole through you. There's no doubt about it.
Right hand from Reid wasn't too far away. 3 good rounds by the champion. He's taking occasional shots. He's complaining about Botez's head. The South African ducks down. Bit of action after the bell. John Keane has to step in. There's a fair old bit of needle in this contest, and that'll suit Robin Reid right down to the ground. What a very interesting round. Reid complaining about the head. Well, still breathing nice and easily, Reid. And he put in some terrific work in that round, kept his man on the go, and that was a good left hook. Put him right on the back foot, rocked him on his heels, and Reid came storming in straight through the target. 2 excellent shots by the champion.
Straight through the guard, and there, that's another straight right, bit of a left hook as well. It was a bit and there's Botas complaining.
Well, no sign of any soft tissue damage at all.
Bonus 10 seconds.
But that's good, Jim. As long as it becomes niggly, that's good for Robin Reid.
Sends out. Round 4.
It's been Robin Reid all the way through, apart from the occasional little lapse, and they have been occasional and they have been little. But the champion defending his title with some style and with some strength. Reid in black, Botas the challenger from South Africa in red. Reid gets him again with a short right hand, and Botas covers up. There's a little trickle of blood perhaps coming from the nose of the challenger. Reid head down, trying to pick his man off.
You see Reid there went from a position where he should be, pushing his man back into a corner. Now he's in the middle of the ring, and that's where he doesn't want to be. He wants to be pushing this man back, get him on the ropes and pound his body.
Well, Reid has been comparatively active, but Botas hasn't fought since September of last year. He had a points win in over 8 rounds over a gentleman called Lolenga Mock. That was in Nairobi, but he hasn't fought since then.
There's a right hand, Jim, over the top again. Botas, good movement. You know, he's dipping, he's bobbing and weaving. That's good variation, but he's standing right in front of Robin Reid.
Telegraphed the right hand. Reid blocked it with his left. Botas on the ropes where he does not want to be. Reid working hard to the body. Botas trying that left uppercut and doing well enough to escape, albeit momentarily. A little bit of holding. He tends to try to get Reid's arm underneath his own.
You see, that's Botas' fight. He's got to keep it in the middle of the ring. Look, he's working well there.
Shots so far haven't really bothered Robin Reid.
Now, one thing about Robin, he's got a good chin. You're going to have to hit him with a sledgehammer, I think, to stop him. There's no doubt about that.
Well, an awful lot of people felt that Robin Reid got the wrong end of the decision against your last opponent, Joe Calzaghe, who's rated #1 in the super middleweight division in the world, which has been a great division for British and Irish boxers in the last decade. With Robin Reid has landed with a great right hand. That was the best shot so far. That was the best shot so far.
Chin in the air, Jim. Chin in the air, low hands, and Robin comes across with that right hand.
Well, he hung it out and Reid delivered. Now can Reid pick up on that? Botas is looking at him now saying, I'm not sure I want to get hit with that right hand again. Reid coming forward. Right to the body from Reid. Reid now working nicely. Good variation. John Keane's having a good look at Botas. He's in a very difficult position.
Excellent work by Reid. He's followed it up. What he's got to do now is put a good combination together. He could finish this guy here.
Well, Botas is blowing a little bit. Reid's got
There it is again.
Wonderful round the corner right this time. A little bit more leverage than the last one. He's got him again. Oh, he's gone. Turns it all over. 10 seconds to go to the end of the 4th round. Botas looks over at his corner and winks. The referee's allowed him to get up, but he's staggering. No thank you, says John Keane, and thank you very much, says Robin Reid. The Reaper Man has swept away the bazooka. Terrific 4th round by Robin Reid at his very best, and the watchword for that for Reid was patience. He took his time.
He took his time. He boxed, you know, great display of power, strength, and I could see it coming a mile away. The guy had a low left hand and great right hand over the top, Jim. It's got to be said.
Well, he doesn't look too ruffled, and he always, as ever, loves to be immaculate. This devilishly handsome fella from Runcorn brushes the hair back. Jess Harding straight into the ring, and what a finish it was from Reid. Botas felt that power and didn't like it, and Reid really hammered him. Wonderful left into the body, chopping right hand over the top, and he didn't let him away. Botas, to be fair, flicked out the hand. It was more in desperation. Whoa, that was it. And that was a bazooka from the man who's just beaten the bazooka.
Excellent work. He never let him off the hook here. This was Robin Reid's fight, and there's that big right hand over the top, the low left hand, and Botas' chin's in the air. As I said, it's a perfect ingredient to get knocked out.
Oh, worth looking at again. Oh, the left was just fabulous, but the right set it up, and John Keane did the right thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 2 minutes and 58 seconds of round 4, the referee John Keane having stopped the contest soon Botez being in no position to continue. Your winner, and still the W.B.F Super Middleweight Champion of the World, the Reaper Man, Reid.
Botez came here with high expectations,
And your appreciation
but in
of
this
very brave
beautifully
challenge
appointed
indeed
little
there
hall in
from
Liverpool,
South Africa,
Robin Reid, with plenty of local
Botez.
support behind him, simply blew away the challenge.
And
So
now
that's
I'd like to ask our
another
supervisor
successful
for the
defence of the
WBF,
WBF
Mr. Robert
title,
Smith,
and
to
Robin
present
Reid
the
is still a
championship
man to be
bout the
reckoned with
WBF
at 12 stone in the world
Champion
rankings.
of the world, Runcorn's Robin Reid.
Robin, many congratulations. How do you assess your performance?
Pretty good. Bit sloppy at times. He was, he was pretty dirty with his head and what have you. And the thing is, that's the worst thing you can do with me, because it just riles me up. Joe Calzaghe did it. He got me angry, and I give him all I got. This kid tried to do it. Give him his due. He must have studied me, and he studied the wrong fight, I think.
Because you headbutted him at the end of the second, which I guess wasn't really on.
No, he wasn't the real me. But I mean, like you say, what you can do, I can do twice as good. But at the end of the day, let's get back to me boxing. I used some of my nice boxing skills. It took me time. Could have used my jab a little bit more, but just picking me punches, just wore him down. Body punches wore him down. I knew he had, from when he pulled out in May, I dodged the ribs. Didn't know which side they were, so I went for both sides.
He was one of those game old characters. He was durable. He could take a punch and he could give it out a bit as well,
exactly.
couldn't he?
He was game. He tried to come back with some nice combinations. But all I was doing was just keeping my hands up tight, biding my time, working away to the body. Eventually, as you've seen, brought his hands down. Right hand caught him over the top twice, 2 beautiful shots as well. I know I've got the power, and I know that once that right hand connects, or the left hook, a couple of good left hooks came in there. A lot of different things that I've been working on in the gym that I don't normally do. Left hooks to the body, left hooks over the top, and I came off a treat. Like I say, a little bit sloppy at times, but I just need to calm down a little bit and get back to my boxing skills.
Final point, you mentioned Calzaghe there. What are the long-term targets now?
Anyone and everyone, really. To be honest, I mean, I was going in for Glenn Catley, but unfortunately he went down fighting for the W.B.C title to Lucas in Canada the other day. He got stopped in 7 rounds, so that fight doesn't look like it's going to happen. I mean, that's my man, my manager, my promoter, Jess Harding. He'll give you more information on who we're going in for. But I mean, the Calzaghe, a little warning to him. But I've been told he's going on a different route. He don't want to fight me. He's looking for a big £1 million payday against Roy Jones. He knows that if he puts his title on the line against me, he's going to lose it. And he don't want to do that. He wants to go out in a big blaze of glory against Roy Jones.
All right, well done tonight. Good performance.
Thank you. Thanks for all everybody tuning in. Thank you.
Well, it's not too often you see a fighter sponsored by a funeral parlour, but Botez was, and he got well and truly buried, didn't he?
Yeah, Robin Reid looked very sharp today, and Botez showed that he came here to fight. It was definitely a good contest, but Robin started breaking out, started relaxing, started moving his head, and then coming with a big right hand over the top.
We'll talk about the headbutt in a moment and whether that actually, could have actually seen a very different result. But at the end, it was a very conclusive knockout. He knocked him down twice.
Yeah, that's right. He's looking for that shot, the right hand. That's one of his best punches. He was going to the body quite well as well, but that right hand was always over the top, was always going to give him success. And once Botez started sitting on the ropes, then Robin could just line him up.
I mean, here's the first knockdown. That was a terrific right punch, wasn't it?
Definitely. He's sitting him on the ropes, and you're always vulnerable on the ropes. And he's looking for that right hand, and he's just dropped it over the top here. And again, he's lining him up. He's moving his head, and then he just drops the right hand over the top. That's the shot that stunned him, and then the jab put him down.
So that was a pretty conclusive victory in the 4th round there. But mention the headbutt.
Yeah.
I mean, he was being frustrated by some irritating tactics that the South African was employing.
Yeah,
but notwithstanding that, you still shouldn't do it, should you?
No, that's fair enough. You shouldn't do it. But you've got a guy holding, your guy leaning on. And it does get frustrating. The referee's done the right thing there. He's warned him. And obviously, if Robin done it again, he would have been in more trouble. But he's done it once. He's listened to the referee, and he hasn't done it again.
He's talking about Joe Calzaghe not wanting to fight him because he's got, if you like, bigger fish to fry, or at least £1 million payday maybe beckoning. So where does Robin go from there? Because in a sense he's stuck in a bit of a neverland at the moment. He wants to go on, but the people above him, in a sense, don't want to fight him.
Well, I think Robin's shown today, as well as Herbie Hyde on the card, but Robin's shown today that he's a world-class fighter. And he's on terrestrial television, which is giving him great exposure. And obviously he wants to showcase his talents against the best. He feels he can go further. And obviously, he'll sit down with his team and they'll make decisions about moving forward. But Calzaghe is a good fight for him. And there's lots of other fights out there that can be made for Robin. So I'm sure you're going to see Robin defending his title again, or even pitching himself in against one of the other world champions, because he's good enough.
Okay, well, you mentioned Herbie Hyde there, actually. He was the other main fighter to be seen here tonight in Liverpool, the former WBO heavyweight champion, and I suppose actually he might feature in your future plans at some point. Anyway, he actually hasn't fought for 2 years, and before the contest tonight, he spoke to Gary Richardson.
Herbie, welcome back. Your first fight for a couple of years. How apprehensive are you going to be feeling tonight?
I'm a little bit nervous, which is normal, but it's good to be nervous, because when you're nervous, you're faster and you punch a lot harder.
And how excited are you getting back into a ring?
I'm very, very excited. This is like my future. This is like my life. And I'm looking very forward to it.
The short-term ambitions would possibly somewhere down the road to go for a British title?
To be honest with you, my main intention is to win a world title. British title is not really what I'm here for. I'm here to win back my belt. World title. I've never really... But if Danny Williams or any one of them, like Julius Francis, to me they're sparring partners. I used to pay them £100 a day just to spar with them. They're sparring partners.
It's interesting you should mention a world title, because you're 29 now, same age as Audley Harrison. He talks about going for a world title, so the hunger is still there for you.
Exactly. I'm 29, he's 29 years old. Obviously, I've been there 2 times. But of course I'm still hungry. It's still like a lot of good fights out there for me.
Yeah, and thought on the opponent tonight, what are you expecting?
I don't know anything about him, but I'm just getting back. This is like my first fight back for a year and a half. I'm going to be a little bit rusty, which is normal, but I'll do like the business.
Hope it goes well for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, perhaps the most interesting thing about this fight is that Herbie Hyde, for the first time in his long career, is actually heavier than his opponent. And some of those opponents are very big names indeed, like Riddick Bowe